Hello students, in this video we'll learn how to traverse a binary tree and we'll also write the functions for traversing the binary tree. Binary tree is a finite set of nodes that may be either empty or it consists of a special node called the root node and two disjoint binary trees called the left subtree and the right subtree. Here I have an example of a binary tree. So this is a very simple binary tree wherein I have one root node in which I have the data A and it has a left subtree with the data B and a right subtree with the data C. Tree is a non-linear data structure. We want to process the nodes in the binary tree. For processing the binary tree, we should be able to traverse it. Traversing means visiting every node exactly once. For traversing a binary tree, there are basically three different methods. One is called the pre-order traversal method, the other one is the in-order traversal method and the post-order traversal method. Using any one of this we may traverse based on our requirement. And once we traverse, we get a linear list of nodes which we can process. Then how do we traverse this? In case of pre-order traversal, we first visit the root node, then we visit the left subtree in pre-order, then visit the right subtree in pre-order. It's a recursive definition. In case of in-order traversal, we first visit the left subtree in order, then we visit the root, then go to the right subtree in order. In case of post order, we first go to the left subtree in post order, then the right subtree in post order, then we visit the root. The position of this root node tells us what traversal method is this. Here V stands for visit. Visit the root first, visit the root in the middle, visit the root at the end. So based on the position of these, when we perform the visit, we call these traversal methods. Here I have this example. We'll just check how to traverse this simple binary tree. We have A as a root node, B as the left subtree and C as the right subtree. When we want to traverse it in pre-order, we start from the root. We visit the root first, that is we visit the root. Then go to the left subtree. So the left subtree, this is our left subtree. In this left subtree, we first visit the root. B is the root of this. From here, go to the left subtree, it's null. Go to the left subtree, it's null. Then right subtree is also null. That means we have completely visited the left subtree of A. Now we have to visit the right subtree of A. In the right subtree of A, this is our tree. We have the root, that is C. Visit the root. Go to the left subtree. Left subtree is null. Then go to the right subtree is also null. In case of in order, we first go to the left subtree. Here we go to the left subtree, then visit the root, then the right subtree. Go to the left subtree. Go to the left subtree of this. Left subtree of this is null. So visit the root of this subtree. That is visit this. Then go to the right subtree. That's also null. So we have completely visited this. Now visit the root of this tree. We visit the root. Now we have to go to the right subtree of A. In the right subtree of A, we have this tree. It's a tree with just one node. Okay, now in this, go to the left subtree, it's null, visit the root. Go to the right subtree, it's null. Then in case of post order, we first go to the left subtree is null, go to the right subtree of B, that's also null. So visit the root of this, that is B. Now we have completely visited the left subtree of A, go to the right subtree of A. Right subtree of A has this. Go to the left subtree of C, it's null. Right subtree of C is null, visit the root. Now we have completely visited the left and right subtrees of A, now visit the root A. Now we can tell by the position of this root node A, we can say that this is pre-order, in-order and post-order. Now let us write the function for traversing the trees, and let us also trace one of the function. It's a recursive function. Here I have the function for in-order traversing. The return type is void. Name of the function is in-order, and I am calling this function from some other function by passing root as an argument to this. So this root will be pointing to the root of this binary tree. Then here, if root is not equal to null, then we perform this operation. If root is not equal to null, then we call the in-order function in-order by passing root its left child as an argument. That is, we first try to visit all the left subtree. Then we write printf root data. That is, I am processing this. What I am processing is I am trying to print the contents of the node. So that's it. So printf root data. Then I write in order root right child. We are calling the in order function here. It's a recursive function. Let us take an example tree and let's also trace this function, and let's see how many times a function is called for one small tree. Let's do that. I have taken this tree, this binary tree, for testing how the function calls are done in order. A is the root of this, and it has a right subtree just with the data G, and this is the left subtree of A. Let's see, when we call this function, we pass a pointer to the root A. So this is the first call. Now value in the root is A. Value in the root is A. There's no action taken now. Since root is not equal to null, control enters into the if block. If root is not equal to null, the statement is we call in order we call the in order function by passing left child. Now there is another call. So this is call number 2. In this call, value in root is B. Again, root is not equal to null. Control again enters into the if block. It calls again the in order by passing the left child of it. So this is the third call. In the third call, root has the value C. Again it enters into the if block. It calls the in order function again. So this is the fourth call. In this, root has a value E. Root is not equal to null again. So again it enters into the if block. This time it calls with the left child of E. So this is the fifth call. Value in root is null. Since value in root is null, the control returns to the previous call. So the control returns to the previous call. In the previous call, this was the fourth call to the function, and the data here is E. That is, value in the root is E. Now it will print E. So it prints E. Now after printing E, it calls the right subtree. That is, it is the sixth call. In the sixth call, again it is null. Value in root is null. So again the control returns to the previous call. In the previous call here. So in the previous call, the action has been already taken. So we have completely visited the left subtree of C. It will go to this call. So this is the call, that is call number 3. It's the call number C. Value here is C. Now that it has completely visited the left subtree of E, it will print C. It prints C. It prints C. Then it calls the right subtree. Now this is the next call. So this is the seventh call to the function. In the seventh call to the function, the root has the value f. That is, root has the value f. This calls again, that is the eighth call, will have a value null. So since the value of this is null, control returns back to the calling function. The calling function had the value 7, that is the call number 7, and it had f. It prints f. Now that it has printed f, it has to call the function again with the right subtree of f. So this is the ninth call to the function, and the value in root is null. Value in root is null. So the control returns to the previous call. Now that it has completely visited this, it returns to this, and here all the operations are done. That is, it has completely visited the left subtree and the right subtree. It returns to the previous call here. So here also it has visited completely the left subtree and the right subtree. Now control goes to the call where value in root was b. Value in root was b, that is, now it returns to this call. It returns to the call number 2. In this call number 2, it has completely visited the left subtree. So now it prints the root. The action is prints b. It prints b. Now it calls the function with the right subtree of b. Now this is the call number 10. This is the call number 10. Value in root is d. Value in root is d. So root is not equal to null. It calls with the left subtree of d. This is the call number 11. Call number 11, and the value in root is null. So it returns to the calling function. That is the previous call. It returns to this wherein the value is d. Now it has checked the left subtree of d. So it prints d. Then it calls the right subtree of d. That is, it is the 12th call. In the 12th call, value in root is null. That is, it is the 12th call, value in root is null. So since root is null, the control has to return to the previous call. Now it returns back to d, and it has completely visited this tree, this binary tree. The control returns to the previous call here, where all the left subtree and the right subtree of b are visited. Now the control returns to the calling function of b. What I had called function b was this. Now the calling function of this, so that is, it returns to the first call of this function. Then it returns to the first call of the function, and in the first call, value in root was a. It has completely visited the left subtree of a, so it prints a. That is, print to the root. It prints a. Now again it calls. Now the left subtree of a is visited, root is also visited. It calls the right subtree of a. So this is the 13th call to the function. In the 13th call, value in root is g. It calls the left subtree of g. That is, the 14th call is null. 14th call is null. So it returns to the previous call. It returns to the previous call. That is 13th call wherein value is g. So it prints g. It prints g. Now it visits the right subtree of g. That is, this is the 15th call where the value in root is null. Value in root is null. Now it has completely visited the right subtree of g also. That means we have completely traversed this binary tree in order. You can see the order of the elements. It is E, C, F. I'll write it here. So first it prints E, then it prints C, then it prints F, then it prints B, then D, then prints A, then finally prints G. So this is the in-order traversal of this binary tree. So this is how the calls are done in this function. So the number here tells the call number, how many times this function is called. On the similar basis, we will write the function for pre-order and post-order also. Here I have the function for pre-order traversal and post-order traversal. In case of pre-order traversal, first we traverse the left subtree in pre-order, then traverse the right subtree in pre-order, then we visit the root. So that is what we have written here. This is the pre-order function which takes one argument, which is root to that particular binary tree. Then if root is not equal to null, then it enters into the block. Here we have the statement printf root data. It's a pre-order function. So first we visit the root. Then we call the pre-order function by passing root left child as an argument. Then we call the pre-order function with root right child as an argument. This is the function for pre-order traversal. Similarly, here I have a function for post-order traversal. In post-order traversal, we traverse the left subtree in post-order, then traverse the right subtree in post-order, then we visit the root. Again, this post-order function takes one argument, root, which is pointing to the root of that particular subtree. Then if root is not equal to null, call the post-order function by passing root left child as an argument. Then call the post-order function by passing root right child as an argument. Then printf root data. So these are the functions for traversing a binary tree, and this is how we have to trace the function. Thank you all.